Keywords for circles. These notes are important for solving other parts of a circumference formula. Circumference would need to be calculated in word problems that mention the following. A revolution, that means going in a full circle. Fencing around something circular. Ferris wheel, that's a circle shape. Also merry-go-round. A rotation, that means going in a full circle. Distance around anything circular or a circular rim or edge or fencing. This is circular. It has a round edge. Now, manipulating the circumference formula. We have two of them. C equals 2 times pi times radius, and C equals pi times diameter. If I want to find out what R is, draw a line through the middle. Don't write this down, but pay attention. We have 5x minus 7 equals 13. What did we do here to solve this? Draw a river. Cool. Then what?
Make the 7 a positive and then cross the 2 negatives and positive 7.
Okay. I need a little bit more of a streamlined explanation there. What was the verbiage that we used when we solved these? Add 7 on both sides. Thank you. And what is this called?
Equalize.
Well, it's going to cross out, but what were we doing here? The minus 7 and plus 7 are what? Opposite operations. So, these 7s do what? Cancel out. 5x equals 20. Now what? Divide by 5 where? X equals, again, this is multiplication, and division means it's going to do what? Cross out, and it's also the opposite operation. Okay? Ladies, I need your attention. So, let's say I have C equals 2 times pi times R, and C equals pi times diameter. What do I do to get R by itself? Nope. What did I do on that solving equations one? What did I do here, ladies and gentlemen? I want to get X by itself. So, on the outside, I'm going to divide on both sides. That is correct. But what am I dividing? 2 and pi. Thank you. First of all, I need to create my sides. Because who's on the left and who's on the right? Now, well, yes, but that was rhetorical. Now, what did you say I needed to get rid of? Girls, I need you to pay attention. Just 2? I want R by itself. 2 and pi. So how do I get rid of it? Where? What's the answer to where? Both sides. So tell me all together, what do I do? Divide, not 2 by pi. Not just 2. 2 pi on both sides. I am dividing both sides by 2 pi. Divide by 2 pi. Divide by 2 pi. What happens to the 2 pi's on the right? They cancel out. You need to be writing this down. Who's left by itself? Radius. R equals circumference divided by 2 pi. This is how I solve for radius. You're not going to have to find the circumference in this situation because they would have already given it to you. You're going to have to find the radius by 2 pi. But if you've gotten familiar enough with your multiples of pi, then this should become solid and fluid because you could just know it off the top of your head.
Oh, I need to get the rest of those notes.
They're online.
No, the ones that we did.
Okay, first circumference equals pi times diameter. What am I going to do on this side? That's still online. I want diameter by itself. Where? Divide by pi on both sides.
So C over pi equals D.
Good. C over pi is equal to diameter. Do not pronounce this as TT. This is not TT. This is pi. I just don't write it with the curve all the time. Excuse you. Circumference is 3 times diameter, approximately. If I were to say this oppositely, I don't want to say circumference is 3 times diameter. I want to talk about the diameter in relation to the circumference. So how would I say that? How do I say this backward?
Diameter is approximately.
Nope, I can't multiply my diameter by 3 and get a circumference.
If you divide the diameter by 3 times, you might get.
Okay, circumference is about 3 times the diameter. Now I want to say it backwards.
Diameter is. Circumference is diameter times 3.
I've already said that, honey. I wrote that down. I want to say it backwards. Good. Diameter is about 1/3 of the circumference. Write that down somewhere. This should look familiar to you because it was on your homework. Make it look better than Miss Starling's. Hers looks a little jumbled and messy. So these are opposites. Diameter is about 1/3 of the circumference, and circumference is about triple the diameter. Again, it's about because it has that 3.14 there. I don't know why it's taking this long for y'all to staple your papers, but maybe we need to save that for the end of class because you're being distracted and I'm up here teaching. Make it smooth and quick. Otherwise, we won't staple it all and you can find time to do so. You're on your own. Turn to your work. Oh, I guess I should have gotten a new copy. Okay, these main formulas are how you calculate circumference. They need to be in the a box because they're important. Now, just like I manipulated these formulas in my notes, I found that D is equal to what? Go back in your notes and look. Okay, it's 2 radii. What else is D equal to?
About 1/3.
Okay, so that's my circumference and what? Look back in your notes. What did we write and put in the box? Phone up. Not seen, not heard, not taken. Say that again. Where's pi? And what else goes over here? Circumference over pi. That's exactly what I want to hear. How else do we manipulate our formulas? What about R?
R equals
R equals circumference over 2 pi. What if I wanted pi? Trick question. No. Well, yes, that's the value, of course. But if I'm using circumference, or if I'm using circumference and diameter, or I'm using circumference and radius. C equals what? Diameter times pi? Well, yes, that's C, but I want pi. I want pi. So solve for pi. Get the C and the D together. No, close. Nope. Guys, we're doing the same thing. If we start with C equals pi times diameter, I want pi by itself now. Other way around. Ladies, I need y'all to pay attention. Circumference what? Divided by diameter. Because I'm divided by diameter on both sides, these cross out. So pi equals C over D. What else does pi equal? Ladies, gentlemen, we're doing the same thing we did about 15 minutes ago. If our memories are that poor, then we need to start practicing a little bit more. Wow, how are we confused? I want pi by itself. So I'm going to listen. So I'm going to divide both sides by D. I'm going to cross this out. Now my D is over here and my pi is by itself. Wait, let me finish, please. Pi is equal to circumference divided by diameter. That's that. Now, who do I need to get rid of over here to get pi by itself? 2 in radius. So what am I going to do? I need everybody's attention. If you're doing something else, this isn't going to make sense. 2 and who? Where? Both sides. Ladies and gentlemen, if you pay attention now, you won't have to worry about retaking a test later. If you apply yourself now, you won't have to worry about retaking a test later. You won't have to worry about asking me for extra credit. You have to focus on this stuff more than anything. This is complicated. This is challenging. Notice I don't use the word hard because I know that every single one of you in this room are capable of understanding this. But you have to have the motivation to pay attention on your own. Otherwise, it's never going to make sense to you. I cannot open your brains and put it in there for you. Those of you who are conversing with me and thinking out loud, I appreciate it. Those of you who are not, because you're distracted by something else, take a step back and reevaluate what you're doing in my class. Sir. It should always be around 3.14. It's not ever going to be exact. It should always be around 3.14 because that is the ratio in mathematics. That is the definition. They have taken something circular, gotten a string. They measured it across. If y'all want to do this activity, I can show it to you. They've measured it across to get the diameter. Then they've wrapped it around the circle. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and it's going to leave a little bit of a gap here because it won't go around a complete 4 times. There will be a little bit left. That is the 0.4. You see my pie chart over there? Literally, it's a poster that talks about pi. Read about it if you care to. Okay? It's the same relationship. It's a Greek symbol. It's a mathematical number. It's irrational. It's an infinite, non-repeating decimal. 3.14159, and it goes on and on and on forever, meaning it has infinite numbers behind the decimal. Okay?